Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yours Mine Away podcast. I'm delighted to be joined by a guest older than me and still playing, Crawley Legend. Glenn Morris, welcome mate.
And I sort of said to him, I'm not going anywhere, like I'm here, like Crawley, I'm at this point, I'm not leaving. And literally about a day later, he said, I've had Neil Harris on the phone, he wants you at Gillingham. I was like, all right, I'm going.
How's things changed, obviously, with a young family for you over the last few years?
That's always a bit of a killer, obviously, if you have to leave on Christmas Day and go. I've done that a few times. It's not nice. I think Jake said you're not going to like. I'll just stick him in the washing machine.
Do you? Yeah. Next you're going to see you put them on a radiator.
Gone on the break and we've got a corner, but my boots hanging off. So I thought I'll take my gloves off. I'll do my boots. And I've done that. We took a quick corner. We give the ball away. I've got no gloves on. I've got one boot off, and they're breaking and they're coming down the wings at Lincoln away. They've crossed it, and now I've got to come out. I've come out. I took the cross, caught the cross. I've lost me. Caught it. Just booted it in the crowd.
What a save from Mark Howard.
Hey there, I'm Mark Howard, professional goalkeeper and the host of the Yours Mine Away podcast. Today I'm thrilled to share my secret with you. When I got my hands on active collagen, it was an absolute game changer for me. As football players, we all want to train hard, play harder and recover faster. Since rupturing my Achilles 6 years ago, I've relied on collagen supplements to help me remain injury-free. After trying various brands, I found my perfect match with Uperform. Packed with 2 unique bioactive collagen peptides, it's the UK's #1 choice for both prehab and rehab. Say goodbye to injury worries and hello to enhanced performance. Collagen is key for your muscles, your tendons and ligaments. But here's the kicker, as we age, we lose it. Uperform's active collagen doesn't just replenish, it turbocharges your natural collagen production. Simply take 1 gel a day, it really is that simple. And for the result, feel unbeatable and keep playing your best game on and off the pitch. I wouldn't recommend anything that I don't believe in. Uperform is the real deal. And just for you, they're offering an exclusive saving. Click the link in the description below and use code MARK20 at checkout. Join professional footballers all over the world that now take active collagen to make injuries a thing of the past and recover faster. Grab yours now and transform your game. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Yours Mine Away podcast with me, Mark Howard. I'm delighted to be joined by a guest older than me and still playing. I thought I'd get that little joke in there, Glenn. I'm absolute Crawley Legend, currently at Gillingham as well. Glenn Morris, welcome, mate.
No, nice to be here. Thank you for having me on. Looking forward to talking about my career.
Yeah. Obviously, it's impromptu goalie chat, but for someone that's done goalkeeping for so long, you must still absolutely love it.
Oh, you have to. You don't carry on, playing if you don't love it. I mean, especially as a goalkeeper, when you have to dive around at people's feet, you have to enjoy it. So you have to be mad.
Yeah, that little bit of madness is what makes us special, isn't it? Like, obviously, other people from the outside think we're crazy, think we're daft. We've just got a real passion for what we do, and like throwing our head in front of a ball is not for everyone.
No, it's not for everyone. I think there's 2 sort of types of goalkeepers. You get the really mad goalies, and then you get the quiet, relaxed ones. But even them, they have to be a bit mad. You've got to be like I said, to be out there in freezing colds and diving around.
It's the quiet ones that have got like that burning desire to go out and train constantly. So I would say that I'm not the most outspoken in the dressing room. I'm not in the centre of the banter, but I like to just train every day.
Yeah, that's me. Same as me. I'm not a very loud person. I'm quiet. Sort of get on with my own stuff. But like you said, you just want to train. You just want to get out there, save shots. Yeah, I just enjoy that. I love seeing people's faces when they miss and you save it. Yeah,
I bet you're the most organised in the dressing room as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, goalie's always pretty organised. But do you know what? I'm quite relaxed with things. I probably like gloves and stuff. I'm very relaxed. I'll put any pair of gloves on. I'm just I'm chilled out with that sort of stuff. But yeah, I like to have my kit ready, all set up. I mean, I don't know why goalkeepers are all like that.
We all are, yeah. Like, we're quite meticulous with how we like our own things, and we know what we like you're saying. But I think being able to wear any pair of gloves, that comes as you get older, because you're just more comfortable in what you're doing. You know your own body, you know your own hands.
Yeah, I just think I don't like to stress about things. I think I like to be chilled out. So if I'm stressed, then you're going to take it on the pitch. Like, if I'm chilled out, give me them gloves, I'll stick them on. That'll do. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be flustered. Yeah. And I try and tell that to young goalies. You see them get stressed when they make a mistake in training. I'm like, don't do that. Don't get stressed about it. Just next one. Otherwise you'd be doing that on a Saturday.
Yeah. That does come with age and experience. Obviously, you're saying you're 40 years old.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
No, obviously, I've got a lot of other mates that are goalkeepers as well, and it's so good to still see a few of us still keep going, still have that burning desire for what we do and wanting to even if it like play games, we all want to play as many games as possible. I still want to keep playing games as much as I can, but sometimes situations vary, and obviously throughout our careers, it's not always the easiest place to get a game.
Yeah, you sort of you understand the situation as you get older. You know, like it's difficult. There's only one player that can play, and it's a young man's game, really. But I think you need the experienced heads around just to it's sort of a responsibility to show them, what how it goes in goalkeeping and stuff, and just sort of to nurture them into situations. I mean, we've been there, done that, and if like sometimes you can help out in that sense where you sort of give them an arm around their shoulder and just help them out on a Saturday.
Yeah, we was just talking off air, obviously saying that you've played nearly 600 games. You reckon you've probably been involved in at least another 500-600 games. To be involved in that amount of football over that amount of time shows unbelievable professionalism as well.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think about it. I mean, you just sort of get on with it, don't you? Like you go year to year, and then it's only when you sort of look back and you go, oh, is it really that long? But, it all goes like that. You don't want to be one of them old people that says, oh, it goes really quick. But it really does, doesn't it? I mean, I remember my first day, being sick, running up hills. Like you would proper.
It's changed a lot,
it's changed, yeah. And you're thinking, I can't do this. But like it's been a really good journey, and one I've loved, and we'll see how many more's left.
Yeah. What's the nicknames like in the dressing room? I get battered, by the way.
The old ones? Yeah.
So I get a lot of dinosaur, fossil.
I'm a little bit grey, so that gets mentioned. But no, I'm pretty lucky with that. Obviously, my nickname's been Cat since I was 18. So like Leighton Orient, and that's stuck with me. So luckily, that could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been a worse one.
At least you've still got that. Obviously, my nickname's Chomp. I got this from being young as well. But now I'm starting to get all the old nicknames and granddads. And
oh, you do get that, yeah. Well, I mean, especially with the music's on, I'm just like trying to turn down the stereo. Like years ago, you'd say you'd like that music, but now I'm like, oh, I really don't like that music. Turn that down.
Old and stubborn. Yeah, you can say it now.
Yeah.
Right, I've got a couple of quick fire ones.
Cool.
Questions just to ask you. What's your favourite ever goalkeeper kit?
Favourite ever goalkeeper kit? Probably Tottenham 1991, like FA Cup, because obviously Spurs fan. Eric Torsvet.
Oh, Eric Torsvet. Ian Walker.
Those days.
Not the blue sleeves with the purple.
It was like padded sleeves. Purple. Yeah,
I've got that kit at home still. I'm a Tottenham fan as well. I've still got that kit. I'll have to send you a picture of it later.
Yeah, that was blinding. Loved that kit. There was some weird ones back then, weren't there?
Do you remember the gunmetal grey with like the blue design, like zigzag design the year before it?
Yeah, there was some. They had like Ian Walker had like a yellowy one as well. Like I think at one point.
Yeah, badge in the middle, big black collar.
Yeah.
I've got the kits.
Have you got got the kits? You've still got them. That's unreal. Yeah, no, I don't think I've got them. I wouldn't have thought so, but I loved them.
I'll have to send you a picture because they are so thick. They're so heavy,
thick, big, and all the sleeves padded.
So even like the square cut fit of them.
Yeah,
it's mad how big you used to wear your kit when you made your debuts and stuff like that.
Double XL was on my debut, 17. I mean, like it's ridiculous.
With padded sleeves that were probably down to here.
I just like you can't get your hand out. But all the shirts were the same size.
Yeah.
Like now, everyone has different sizes. Back then, everyone was double XL.
Yeah.
Everyone ran around in double XL.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's changed a lot. Do you play it short or kick it long?
I'll probably play it short now to save me fire. But yeah, no, most of my career's been kick it long. But it's only the last few years you have to adapt. Don't you?
Circumstances, isn't it? It's whatever the manager tells you to
do.
Yeah. Who's your favourite ever goalkeeper?
Favourite ever goalkeeper.
Say a Tottenham go. God.
Yeah, well, I just said Eric Torsvet. I'll probably say Pat Jennings.
Nice.
Yeah, I met him once. His hands, everyone says it, his day was so big. It was unreal. Like on my hands, I like size 9. They're not that big, but his was so big.
He used to come for crosses and catch it with one hand.
Yeah, one-handed.
Back post, one-handed catch.
Yeah, and he was just a gentleman as well. So it's just like chilled out. I like all sorts of goalkeepers, but I preferred the chilled out, calm goalkeepers. They're my favourite.
Who did you model yourself on?
I don't know. Probably that sort of like Van der Sar, sort of, them sort of ones.
Same era,
Yeah, just going, you're not flustered, get on with it. David Seaman, he was like that.
Most calm and composed
obviously he had Schmeichel, he was the other side. I liked him, but he wasn't me. I wasn't out there shouting at the defenders.
I'm exactly the same. I'm like, obviously I came through at Arsenal, but see, like I'm like the calm, quiet, try and keep a quiet goal. Where I always saw Peter Schmeichel up north, like loud, brash, make massive saves, and he's like, I've always been taught the other way to keep a quiet goal. And
So I mean, you've had it like when I was coming through. It's like people telling you got to shout and you got to be loud, and you do. But like I like to sort of manage the players a bit differently. Do you know what I mean? I don't want like if you like. They're going to shoot. They can't stop every shot, can they? So you can't. I never really saw that one. And when goals go in, you start pointing fingers, and it's not me. There's no point forcing it if it's not you. You know what I mean? You have to play your game. Yeah. And it's never been me. And I managed to last a career out of it. So,
what's your thoughts on celebrating a save then?
No, it's not for me.
Exactly.
No, it's not for me. I can't say I've never done it. I might have done it once on a penalty save last minute, but even then, I'm just get up, do your job. It's not been me. Yeah, no, I've not been a Pickford.
Right. Favourite stadium you've ever played at?
Favourite stadium, Millennium Stadium. Played at that, but there was no fans. It was a youth team. So that was brilliant. I enjoyed that one. But with fans, probably Ellen Road. Nice. Yeah, it was packed.
Atmosphere's unbelievable, wasn't it?
That was pretty good. Yeah, we lost 2-1, I think it was, but it still was amazing. Obviously, full like, crowd singing. It was brilliant.
Yeah, right. And then last one is a last-minute penalty save to win the game, or go up and score the goal that wins the game.
No, score a goal.
Got to score a goal.
Yeah, I've obviously never been anywhere near scoring a goal. I've gone up for corners, God knows how many times. I don't think I've even ever headed it.
Just cause chaos.
Yeah, just go up there. But score a goal definitely.
Right, let's go back then. And in your career, right? Why did you start playing in goal?
I had 2 older brothers. I think it's a theme. I think I've heard it before, but 2 older brothers. You're only playing if you're in goal. Yeah. And it's literally, I fell in love with it straight away. You go in the goal, and I just, like I said earlier, I just enjoyed stopping them from scoring, and I had the bug for it, and that was it. Just carried on. You
get a little bit of I had this exactly the same. You get a bit more adulation off your brother for that and respect, being the younger one. Yeah. But just throwing your body in the way.
Just diving around at their feet. I mean, we had like patio flooring in our goal. We didn't even have grass, so I was like diving, scraping your knees, and just loved it.
Yeah, right. And then you obviously playing Sunday League football, get scouted. You must have been scouted by a few teams, but you end up signing for Leyton Orient.
Yeah, so what happened, I was scouted by Kevin O'Callaghan, he was. So he played for Millwall, but he was famous for being in, the film Escape to Victory?
Yeah.
He was the one where he wasn't a goalkeeper, but he had his arm broken for Sylvester Stallone to go and goal.
Yeah, I remember.
So he was a left winger, so he was famous for that. So he had his arm broken in the film, and he went in goal. I loved that film, by the way. That was another reason I wanted to be in goal, watching Sly Stallone fly around. But so he was local to us. I did a soccer school, and he just put me in touch with Charlton. So I went there, Charlton from like 11 to 16. Got released. Yep. Orient picked me up.
Oh, right, okay. And then obviously you came through it and ended up spending quite a long time at Orient.
Yeah, 10 years I've done there, yeah. It was, I probably stayed there maybe 1 or 2 years too long, but it's the club you come through, you're getting offered deals. It's hard to turn it down, I think, at that point. But
see, when you're that age, there's like 2 ways of going about it. And like you either go out and it's a big wide world and you try and forge a career, or you are patient a little bit and you bide your time to get into the first team and get more games that way.
Yeah, I was a little bit up and down. I sort of got chucked in early. I played from like 17, 18, 19, quite a lot, quite a few games. But then, I just like sort of was in and out the team, not number one for quite a few years. And then, it just comes to the point where I'd probably been there too long, and it was Russell Slade, like sort of released me and probably done me a favour, really.
Yep. Was it strange then to then leave and obviously sign for Southend?
Yeah, it was. Obviously, they was like sort of rivals to Leyton Orient as well. But it was a bit strange at the time because you've only been used to that.
One dressing room.
10 years, and you're like leaving then. I mean, what was I? Must have been 26, 27 then, I think. So it's a bit different. And that was, that was a strange one because we went into a whole new team at Southend. They was in a transitional period. Yep. Paul Sturrock was the manager.
Yeah, I remember it,
It was brilliant though. It was, honestly, I really enjoyed those 2 years with Paul Sturrock. He was brilliant. He was so switched on. He had Parkinson's, I think it was. Yeah. But he was, he fell asleep sometimes in the chair. But I mean, rumor has it that he weren't really asleep. He was listening in, and He was, he was so clued on. He knew everything was going on. He looked like he didn't, but he really did.
Because you'd have been joining Southend after Flavs had become almost a club legend.
Yeah. It was Milden Hall was just going.
I
think he was going to Millwall at that point, so they had no goalkeepers at all. So me and Reece Evans come in together.
Yep.
And I ended up starting that season and played, I don't know how many games, I played most of the season in the first year. Second year I started it, but then I just had injury after injury, and it was sort of done me in a little bit, and that was a bit of a bad time for me, really. Obviously getting released then, injured, trying to find a club, it was difficult.
What is that like then? Obviously you're saying, what did you do? You said you
I pulled my thigh. I mean, I also done one of my fingers. I think I could have done both of them. Yeah. So
Nice.
But one of them I done at that point as well. So it was like a bad finger, ruptured my thigh, and that was one that just kept coming back. You'd come back and then I'd do it again. But it was obviously the same injury.
Yeah.
So it's just a nightmare. So we had quite a few lone goalkeepers come in, and we got in the playoffs. But obviously, I wasn't really fit, and it was just a difficult period. It's hard then trying to find a club when you're sort of not played for so long and sort of injured.
And still recovering or getting fit.
Yeah, it was difficult. I went on trial to Portsmouth for a few weeks that pre-season. And they sort of offered me a deal, but not really. They was in a bad place as well at that point. And I turned down a deal Bristol Rovers. Which probably shouldn't have done, but when you're at Portsmouth, you're in the building, you're thinking, oh, this is coming.
Yep.
And then it got pulled away because they had a massive problem with their, obviously, finances at that
time.
Pulled away last minute. Season already started. So I was then out without a club.
Yeah.
Season started.
It's hard when you're in that situation and you're literally watching everyone's games.
Yeah.
You're looking for a goalie sending off, goalie injuries, and it's a horrible world like that, but we've done it.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I was probably thinking, I'm done it. Like, I was like 30, thinking my career's done it.
Yep.
And, luckily, Ashley Bays, who was... Bays, he was obviously at Leyton Orient with me. He got on the phone and said, look, Aldershot, I know it's number 2. I know the money's rubbish.
Yep.
But come in and work with me. Come in in this environment, and like you'll thrive and you'll enjoy it. And at the time, I was thinking the money's terrible. But I could have gone non-league. It was at a crossroads. I could have give up.
Yep.
And I just thought, you know what? I'm going to stick at it. I'm going to do it. And it was a good decision because obviously it sort of led me to
paves the way for the next 10 years.
Way, yeah.
It's crazy how like those. When you're thinking, I could be done.
Yeah.
But you're like, you just have to take that chance every now and then and take the hit financially. And
yeah, I think you have to. I mean, like, it was literally that. Obviously, I couldn't really survive on that money, but it was one of those where you had to.
Yep.
You had to just deal with it. And it was just, one of those situations that I'm so glad I did, because I easily could have just give up then.
Yep.
And that was like, I think, 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? So it was just, it was a weird one because I ended up, I signed after the season with Dean Holdsworth was the manager,
yes.
And it was a weird one because the contract was so bad. I didn't even really read through the contract, and it wasn't. Normally it goes till like June or whatever. I didn't know, but mine went till like the 31st of March. So I didn't know, and it was only he got sacked. Andy Scott come in. And he come in like the February or something, and we was right down the bottom of the league. I still hadn't played. Jamie Young was the goalie. He was first class, to be fair. It wasn't his fault. He was down the bottom.
Yeah,
he was having a blinding season. But yeah, Andy Scott come in, and he said, he pulled me in the office. Said, "You do know your contract finishes on the 31st of March?" I was like, "No, I had no idea." So then it was a weird one, and then they went into administration.
Oh my word!
So he was like, "We're going." Like he knew earlier that they was going to. He said, "Look. Like, Kat, we're going into administration here. Your contract finishes here. There's nothing we like." So I was like, then I was done there. They got relegated, and then I didn't get. Obviously, it wasn't a great contract. I didn't get paid for about 5 months anyway, because obviously the administration.
You're not protected by a
club
protected,
or PFA. So that was a nightmare in itself. But then I ended up joining them again to go back in the National League with Andy Scott as manager. And that was a great season as well. That was probably one of my best achievements. Actually, we had minus 12 points, trying to stay up in the National League.
Yeah,
it was. That was a good one.
See, sometimes the best seasons that you end up having are the ones where you're fighting a relegation, or because as a goalie, you've got more to do. You're under the cosh more.
You're under pressure. I mean, I know you can have lots of saves, but sometimes you're like, when you're going, like we went to Woking for a relegation battle, like, and it was a 6-pointer near the end of the season. I mean, them games, I mean, you talk about pressure.
Yeah.
Like, I think when you've been, like, you played at the top, like in the playoffs or whatever, them sort of games, they're pressure there, but this is different. You know, you're dropping down to the Conference South. Like,
it's your livelihood, really. Yeah,
it's like, it's a massive game, and I mean, that's pressure, and I think that sort of held me in good stead for, you know, like going on to Crawley, and we were sort of relegation battles every year, really. When I was there.
You clearly, obviously, I'm going to get onto that, but you obviously joined Gills in the short term first, but then you went into a Crawley team, like you're saying, and really establish yourself, but went on to have an unbelievable run, really, at a club.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know, I went there as goalkeeper coach first of all.
Yeah, I remember reading it.
Yeah, so like Matt Gray was at Aldershot, and he went to Crawley as assistant. So as soon as I got released by Gillingham, he was on the phone straight away, and he said, look, like, come to Crawley as third choice and goalie coach. Like, it's perfect for you. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it, Matt. And he's like, no, look, I promise you, Glenn, like, come in, like, you got to start looking for the next stage of your career anyway. And you come meet the manager, and like, like, come in. And I was like, all right, I come in and met Dermot Drummy. Do you know Dermot?
I know Dermot,
yeah. He was brilliant, he was. I love Dermot, obviously.
Dermot was my youth team manager.
Yeah, he was first class. And yeah, so obviously I come in and I just felt right. As soon as I went in, I just felt like this is it. So yeah, I ended up doing that, and that was the best decision I ever made.
Yeah. Dermot, rest in peace, but was a great man, weren't he? Just such a great people person as well.
Yeah, he was brilliant. Yeah, he was good fun as well. He loved a bit of banter, and he was he was good. Obviously, for my first sort of into coaching, and he was great in helping and whatever else. But it just turned out that like went in after 6 games, he was under pressure, and he was like, "I need you to play." But and it was a weird one because I was like, I had 2 goalies underneath me, goalie coach, and you're like, "I've got to play now." It's like. But what can you do?
How did you manage that at the time, like personality-wise? Because obviously you had 2 keepers, like you're saying, that were meant to be the 1 and 2.
1 and 2, and I've got to go and play. It was really difficult. Like, obviously, I remember like talking to him and say, look, like what, managers made a decision. It's out of my. I didn't know anything about it, to be honest. Like, literally, just on the Friday, he went, I need you to play Luton at home, and I was like, you sure? Like, because if I play now, you're killing them. And he was like, no, and I need you, and I was like. Okay, and so he ended up having a chat with him, but it was just one of those things. But I've played every game since. Like, so, it was a weird one. But yeah, I mean, I think like when you're he was under pressure after 6 or 7 games. He just needed that level head experience. There was 2 young goalies in Yusuf Merson and Mitchell Beanie. And I think he knew he needed a bit of steadying the ship.
Yeah. So how do you take training? As in, like, obviously, if you're playing on a Saturday, Monday typically, you're off Sunday, Monday would typically be a cool down day for yourself, or second day recovery, whatever they call it these days.
I mean, at that point,
was you still going out and taking training?
Yeah, I'd go out and take. Yeah, I'd be just a goalkeeper coach at that point. Yeah, I was taking every goalkeeping session that was put on, and I'd sort of manage it in terms of. Like, if there were small-sided games at that point, I'd let them do it. You know, like I wouldn't be too fussed about getting involved. I might step in and say, like, give me a game here or there just to keep my eye in. But I wasn't too fussed then. I was just, I was trying to. My priority was still them, even though I was playing. It was weird. It was a weird situation, but you know what it's like. You need your goalie coach. They needed me. Yeah. So it was it was a weird one. I just had to just forget about myself, really.
Of course. So, but the only thing is, like, it must be difficult because you're used to working how you like to work towards a match day. As a coach, you can train goalkeepers with different attributes to train to play a different way. Yeah. So then, when you became the first team goalie again, was it difficult to then adjust your sessions to back to how you want them, or did you just do that anyway naturally?
Yeah, I sort of worked on more of what they needed and what I needed, really. I mean, I like just a few hands, get a good feel of it and catch it and make sure I'm feeling nice. Whereas, like, obviously we had like Yusuf and Mitchell, you do more like footwork with, playing out from the back, kicking and crossing and
more technical details.
Yeah, all them sort of things. But I didn't feel like I needed to do all of that. But I joined in every now and then. But mainly I was just it's just taking the sessions.
That's unreal. You end up having an unbelievable run with Crawley. I'm going to list off a few awards that you end up getting.
Okay.
Right, so obviously you amassed quite a few games.
Yeah.
But you got Player of the Year in the 16-17 season.
Right.
17-18.
Yeah.
18-19.
Yeah.
And then for 2 years you had a gap year. So 19 and 19-20 and 2021 you didn't win it.
Yeah.
But then you regained the trophy again in 2021.
Yeah.
21-22.
22. That was it. That was when I left. Yeah.
That's incredible. Over 6 years to have got 4 Player of the Year awards.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you don't really think about it too much. I mean, I think we was a team that was always fairly down the bottom, so I was getting a lot of work, and obviously I played pretty much every game, so it's one of them. Sometimes, you know, I'm not saying I won it by default, but no, it was nice. Obviously, the fans voted for him, so it's always good when you get him from the fans. But you know, I don't really look into that too much. But no, it was good. But it was a weird one because there was a lot of times I was winning it and it'd come to the next season and they'd be looking to not play me, if you know what I mean, as a you know, whether it was a manager or as a club or whatever, and it was you're thinking, here we go again. But
Crawley at that time went through a fair few managers as well, and I suppose their first way of putting their own stamp on a team is the spine, isn't it?
Yeah, the goalkeeper, and I mean, like, you know, whether you like it or not, you know, these goalkeepers that are coming through are just, you know, they sort of be able to do everything, can't they? They're like so good with their feet and they're, you know, big. You know, I'm not very big. You know, I think a lot of like managers come in and look at me and they look at what I can't do. You know, like, oh, he's not very big. He's not this. I don't kick it very far. You know, there's lots of things. But I think where Crawley, where I was first for like a large period of it, they sort of liked what I did. You know what I mean? There was not many times managers have sort of gone, oh yeah, I like what you do. It's not what you can't do. Yep. Whereas that's why I felt I played well there, is because they sort of respected what I actually brought to the table.
I'm similar in that sense. I kind of relate myself to the comfy pair of shoes. Yeah. No one likes to wear them out. Yeah. But they're a favourite pair to put on because you know that they're going to be comfortable. Yeah. What you and reliable. Get. Yeah. And that's all it is. I think you're similar in that sense. Is that you're just a good pair of hands. You're tidy. You keep a quiet goal. Yeah. And I think every now and then managers think, oh, we're going to do this. We're going to play this way. We're going to change the way we play. Yeah. Like you're saying, he's not big enough, or he don't kick it far enough, and it's all these sort of excuses come out. But then it's like, oh, we need to go back to him. Actually, we do need that again. Yeah, I think like, it might be a dying breed. I don't know. We'll have to see in the next few years. But I think it is that old school of goalkeeping. But that's just. I think that's just the nature of the beast. Managers come in and they wanna try different things, and I understand it, but. Yeah, it's not easy being a goalkeeper, is it? No, it's not. Obviously, the best way my dad summed it up is like, of a population of what we've got in the UK, there's only 92 first-team goalkeepers that can start. Yeah. So, like, to say that you've amassed nearly 600 games out of there's only 92 positions to play. You don't really think of it that way, do you? It's crazy, yeah. So, like he said, no matter whether you're in the team, you're out of the team, to amass any games is still an incredible achievement. So to play nearly 600 games is incredible, really. It is, and it's one of those, like I said earlier, like you don't really think about it until you sort of stop and look back, do you, like in these sort of situations. But it is like it's hard, and like when outfield players, obviously there's lots of different positions. Like you said, just 2 positions really in a squad. Like most of the time, it was only a goalie and a sub. Went there for a long period of time. Now it's like 3 or 4. But, but even like we don't get the opportunity to come on and play an extra 20 games for the last 10 minutes of games. Like you're sat on the bench. Or you're starting. You're starting. That is it, isn't it? Yeah. I think I've only ever came on off the bench twice in my career and came off twice. So like, I'm probably 4 or 5. That's probably It's so like it doesn't happen. Goalkeepers don't get substituted, and you can see why. We played Bolton last week, and they don't even bother with a goalkeeper on the bench. Yeah, you can understand it. Yeah, I mean, obviously now they have like 9 or 10 on the bench. You've got to have at least one goalie. Surely. But in the Prem they put 2 on the bench now. Yeah, I mean, you just think of the bonuses. That's literally all you're thinking about. It's unreal. Yeah. Right. Obviously, leaving Crawley, there must have been a bit of a weird sensation, but then you end up signing for Gillingham and getting Player of the Year straight away. So it's, again, a strange one. So that was Kevin Betsy come in at Crawley, and he wanted to go a different way, and I understand that. Again, like you know, that was that. But he said, like, we want you to sort of like leave, and I sort of said to him, I'm not going anywhere. Like I'm here. Like I'm Crawley. I'm at this point, I'm not leaving. And literally about a day later, he said, I've had Neil Harris on the phone. He wants,
once you're at Gillingham, I was like, all right, I'm going. Because it's on my doorstep.
Yep.
And I know Neil. Like, I played with him at Southend.
Yep.
It was just a no-brainer at that point where you feel like I was sort of half getting...
You must have had your agent on the phone saying, I'm not moving within this 20-mile radius.
Yeah, I haven't got an agent. I do it all myself. Yeah.
I'm so similar, by the way. The last 6-7 years, just done it myself.
Just do it myself. I preferred it. I just have the conversations with the managers, the owners, and you know what you're getting and all of that. But yeah, so it was just... I didn't want to leave home. That was the biggest thing for going to Gillingham. It was on my doorstep, like I said. I've only ever played down south as well. I've never ventured afar. But obviously, young family, and it's not worth it.
No, exactly, yeah. I commute every day from Preston, so I'm like an hour and a half from Wrexham. Yeah. But like, I wouldn't change it for the world. My kids go to school happily up there. And
so when they're settled.
Once you're settled, I think it makes you appreciate your own life a bit more. And if your family are happy, you can go into training. You see it as more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, you don't want to like. Football's hard enough as it is. Like everyone knows, like you obviously giving up all sorts of stuff. I've missed birthdays for them. I've missed it. And if you're making a move, schools and friends, and I just think it's asking too much.
Yeah. So another player a year old though.
Yeah. Again, we struggled. I'm like a specialist relegation goalkeeper. We was down the bottom of the league, obviously, and it was a tough year for a large spell. And I was getting a lot of work, so I think that's probably why I won that one. But yeah, we had obviously a good January transfer window and turned our season around that year. But yeah, again, obviously...
It's nice to get the accolades.
Yeah, then obviously Jake come in and started the next season, and he done really well, to be fair. So it was one of them, different role for me again. But yeah, he's still enjoying it.
Yeah, big Jake Turner. He's been on the pod as well. But like, I was at Bolton and he came through big, large.
Yeah.
So he was like the third choice, fourth choice goalie.
Yeah, he said,
and you could see he had so much potential.
Yeah.
But for someone so big, it used to baffle me. He only had size 8 hands.
He's got really small hands. Yeah, I'm thinking, how is that possible? You know what I mean? Somebody that big, like size 8, like you said. But I think he likes them really tight. To be fair,
he does. Yeah. He's gone on over the last 2 years to really establish himself as a good up and coming keeper that's now getting games, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he's been really consistent, to be fair. And I think, like, obviously, we've got Darren Ibrahim there as well. He's like a really good goalie coach, and I think we've got a great union. Like, I think it's just we're all like happy and settled, and I think that's why. Like, I'd like to think that department's doing well for the club.
Yep.
So I think that it's run well. Jake feels relaxed when he plays. If I have to come in, I don't think it's a big change to the team. So I think it's a nice setup at the minute.
I've spoke to Darren a lot. He's a lovely fella as well.
Yeah.
Is it weird having a goalie coach younger than you?
I think I'm used to it now. I had it at Crawley, for a bit, and obviously Darren. But yeah, I'm used to it now. I don't like to think. I like to just. If I think I'm young, then
just keep going. Yeah,
just
exactly.
Keep going.
That.
But yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, and Gillingham have started the season really well this year. Obviously, you're right up the top.
Yeah, it's early days. And you never know. It's always tough, but it's I'm not saying easier league. It was a lot of big hitters have left League Two, so you'd like to think would be in and around it. But I wouldn't want to put too much pressure.
Long
on
way
the boys.
to go. Yeah,
it's a long way to go.
Huge shout out to Forged Irish Stout for being part of this podcast. Listen to that beauty. An unbelievably smooth, creamy stout by Conor McGregor, the UFC legend. Not here to take part, but here to take over. Forged Irish Stout is on a mission to become the biggest Irish stout. Conor McGregor has taken over the whiskey game. Now he's about to take over the stout game. Me and my guests will be enjoying a few cans in the next few episodes. If you fancy checking it out too, make sure you hit the description below and find out where you can get Forged Irish Stout. Forged Irish Stout will be available in Asda nationwide come August. Let's get back to the podcast. Right, I've got a couple of quiz questions for you.
Okay, cool.
They're only a bit of general knowledge, or a guess really, but
yeah.
So I've only got 4 questions for you. Right, so which South American goalkeeper is famous for the scorpion save?
Oh, yeah, the one with the curly hair. It's like Higuerito.
Renny Higuita.
Higuita, that's
the
it.
Colombian goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, close enough. I'll give you that.
Brilliant, that. Was it Redknapp who kicked it? Or was it
I think it was. I think it was Jamie Redknapp, and the whistle blew, didn't it, for like an offside, and he's just done it.
That, yeah, I remember that. I remember watching that. Brilliant. Mental. All trying to recreate it.
Everyone trying to do it on concrete back gardens.
Thinking.
Yeah. Right. Name a goalkeeper that has the most clean sheets in a single Premier League season.
It's got to be Peter Cech.
It is Peter Cech. Yeah, 24 clean sheets in a Premier League season.
That's incredible.
In the 04-05 season for Chelsea. Unbelievable.
38 in 38 games.
It would have been, yeah.
That's mad.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's not many that will get near that now.
No, that won't be beaten.
Right. Who was the first goalkeeper to score a goal in a Premier League match?
Oh, Peter Schmeichel.
It is Peter Schmeichel, yeah. Peter Schmeichel for Aston Villa.
For Aston Villa?
For Aston Villa against Everton.
I never would have guessed that.
I think, obviously, we all think of the Premiership era.
Yeah,
as soon as it turned to the Premier League, he was the first goalie to score. Great guess, that.
So I had no idea, but I knew he scored at some point, but I didn't know.
He scored a couple.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I'd love to score a goal.
Yeah,
right, and then finally, which goalkeeper has kept the most clean sheets in a single season across Europe's top 5 leagues? It's a difficult question.
God. Are they foreign?
Yes.
I'm just going to go for Buffon because he's best ever.
Buffon's close. It's Victor Valdez.
Valdez.
In the same season as Peter Cech.
Yeah.
He kept 25 clean sheets in a season.
Oh, wow. Same season as Cech.
Cech's
kept 24.
Yeah, unreal. Unbelievable, that.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the sacrifices that you've made. Obviously, still playing now, but obviously, it's not easy, like you say, in the back end of your career. Sometimes you're playing, sometimes you're not, and you're missing Christmases and birthdays. Yeah. How's things changed, obviously, with a young family for you over the last few years?
What, in terms of just like missing things?
Yeah.
It's difficult. I mean, obviously, we live for the summer. We love going to Disney World in Florida. So we're always like, that's our goal. You know, in the summer we're going there. So like they've got that to look forward to. Obviously, Christmas now. Not many managers get you in Christmas Day.
Yeah. It's normally the hotel meet up at the night time if you're away.
If it's in a way, that's always a bit of a killer. Obviously, if you have to leave on Christmas Day and go, I've done that a few times. It's not nice.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like Christmas morning, if they're waking up and you've got to go in the train,
it's carnage.
It's horrible, isn't it? Yeah. But it's just, I mean, really, my day to day is like, I come home, I have a sleep, I like a snooze after training. Obviously, I'm still training pretty hard, really, and I'm trying to keep myself going. So when I come back, I am tired.
Yeah.
Which is difficult because obviously they want to. I've got my eldest wants to do netball training. My youngest likes doing goalkeep. She likes playing in goal. She likes netball. She's like, "Can we do this, Dad? Can we do that?" I'm like, "I'm tired."
Yeah.
It's like it's difficult, isn't it? But you have to be a dad as well.
Of course, yeah. It's the main job when you go home, isn't it?
Yeah, but like you said, as you're getting older, your body's getting a bit stiffer on a Sunday. But
do you have certain like routines and stuff that you normally do for like a training day to get yourself going? Do you do anything in the gym? Anything special?
Yeah, I do. I go in the gym early. I do like stretching, like yoga based stuff, and that's really I've sort of only really started that over the last like 2 or 3 years. Really, I do a lot. Yeah, I think I just have to. Obviously, my back gets stiff otherwise. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not majorly into gym.
I'm not even anymore. I used to be, and then I used to be massively into the bike. But then you start getting like the knee pains. And that. And like I could sit on the bike for hours and it wouldn't bother me. But like even like lately, I'm like, hurts now.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to sort of just do what your body needs. Don't you? I mean, I like a pool session. I'm not really an ice bath man. No, I've tried it. It's just too cold, isn't it? I can't do that.
It's just too cold.
It's just too cold.
Right, I want to chat to you about your gloves then.
Right.
So you've been with one glove for ages, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't know, 2015, I'd say. Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like them, yeah. I mean, I was with Cellsport for years, and that was brilliant. Like the Rappers, I loved them.
They were big padded gloves. Fingers were really thick, weren't they?
Yeah, they was good. I mean, I was just... Well, they only really had the Rappers and they had the flat palm. There wasn't many different sorts of gloves about then, was there?
Did you have the ribbed feeling on the inside of the palm?
I did try them once. Yeah, I did try them. But years ago, I used to have like the Adidas finger saves.
They were. I still wear finger saves because of that.
Really? Yeah. These one on, but some of them have the
Velcro patch.
Yeah, in the back, the finger saves. I'll take them out. I'm not really a big finger save person, but. Like I said earlier, I'm a little bit like Miles at one glove. He loves me because I'm just like, send me any pair. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've got these. I like. To be fair, I like black ones for training because they last longer.
They do last longer.
I don't know why.
Do you find that the coloured palm's actually better in the wet as well?
I think so. Yeah, I'd say that. Obviously, you can't beat a white pair of gloves for looking. On a match day, I would rather wear a white pair of gloves.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm not fussy. I wear whatever. But I'm not. I think Jake said you're not going to like. I'll just stick them in the washing machine.
Do you?
Yeah.
Next you're going to say you put them on a radiator.
I don't do that.
You've just put them in a washing machine?
Yeah, in a washing machine on a 30, get them out. Yeah, good to go.
I can't believe you do that.
I'm not one that washes them in the shower. I've seen all the goalies do that.
I'm not in the shower. I just wear them in the shower and just wash with them. Wash your gloves.
Yeah, I mean, we had Stuart Nelson, he used to do that. He used to take care of his gloves, like properly hang them up there and do that. I'm like, they're in the washing machine, get them out.
Yeah.
Go.
See, look, when I'm playing, I'm very. I'll look after them and like I'll wear them on a Friday, but only to do like the warm up on a Friday before to break them in for the Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like, but then now that I'm not playing, it's like I'm like you now because I'm not playing. I can literally just go in the cupboard and just take anything out, put them on. I'll be like, they're sound.
Yeah, I think I like to just be relaxed. Like I said, like. I'll wash them in the washing machine if they do. I just think like, what happens if you get on a Saturday and I haven't got my gloves?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did once actually for Crawley is as a picture somewhere. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was I come out to get dived at someone's feet, and I've got the ball, but they've clipped my heel, took my boot off, but it was like hanging on. So anyway, like I've got the ball and I've whizzed it out to. We've gone on the break and we've got a corner, but my boot's hanging off. And like it's a corner, so I thought I'll take my gloves off, I'll do my boots. So I've done that. We took a quick corner, we give the ball away. So I've got no gloves on, I've got one boot off, and they're breaking. So I've got no gloves, one boot, and they're coming down the wing. It was at Lincoln away, and they've crossed it. And now I've got to come out. I've come out, I've took the cross, caught the cross with one. I'm like, I've lost me because I was screaming at the linesman or the ref. I don't know why. It wasn't even their fault, but it was my fault really. But I've lost me. I caught it, just booted it in the crowd. Like it's weird. I mean, there's a picture of me taking this cross on. I think it was there's a midfielder with a beard at the Lincoln. I forgot his name. But anyway, I was on top of his head and thinking like, that's the thing. Like, you don't need your gloves. Just go out there and save it. I've done sessions before with no gloves. You've done them before.
Yeah, I've done them before.
Yeah,
it does practice like good technique.
Yeah,
it really does. But then having that little bit of reassurance or that comfort feeling. I don't think you'd ever see anyone anymore.
Well, of course not. No.
Because of the products that we do have available. But that's unreal, that.
Yeah, it was mad.
You probably went and caught the cross more out of like frustration.
I've come a long way. I think like I thought I've got to come for this because I've got no gloves on, that one boot.
Yeah.
And I just went and just
plucked
it.
But even like that, you'd have been concentrating so much on technique and form.
Yeah, because you think like, but it just went in there. But then like obviously you got like gammy fingers and I think that could have gone all sorts. If they had scored then, I'd have been like, oh my God, I'm sitting there, I've let a goal in, I've got no gloves on. One boot missing.
That's unreal, that. Surely that's your screensaver.
I've got a picture of it somewhere, I did post it years ago, I think. But yeah, it's a mad one.
Yeah, that's a mentality thing though, especially for a cross. It's like, I always say this to people, but you know, if a goalkeeper comes for the first cross of a game.
Oh, that's it, yeah.
People don't cross to him anymore.
No, it's the first corner, innit?
First corner of the game.
You're getting that first corner. They're keeping it. I'll keep it away from me. Keep it away,
because it just looks like the goalies bang up for it. See, like, I had this when I was at Sheffield United. I always had this mentality of I'll come for the first corner and the last one of the game. Yeah. Because you never knew when your last one was.
Right. Yeah.
So like it was always, if there was anyone watching like the clips on Wire Scout, they would go, "Oh bloody hell, he comes for a lot." But you've only actually come for two.
Yeah. That's it. No, I always find us like obviously I'm like 6 foot, so as soon as the opposition team was like swing it under the bar, like that's horrible. Anyway, I don't think any goalkeeper would like that.
Nah.
You know when they put it on you, like. I don't know why more teams don't do it. Stick it, load of players around, swing it under the bar.
There was a year that Cardiff got promoted out of the Championship to Prem, and they had Peter Whitting on one side and Ross McCormack the other, and they used to shoot. Yeah,
just shoot.
It was like they literally had shots from both sides, and it was just they were preying on second balls. Yeah. So I think they end up scoring 2 or 3 direct. But the amount of second balls, it would be horrible to deal with.
I don't know any goalie that goes, I really like it when they swing it right under the crossbar and put everyone on me.
Yeah.
I mean,
you want it looped up so you can go and get a run at.
100%. Yeah. I don't understand it.
Yeah, like, it is a mentality thing.
Yeah.
You're saying that obviously What size gloves are you?
9.
You're 9, yeah.
I'm a 9, yeah.
You've got bigger hands than large, that's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And you're not fussy at all. Have you changed your cuts? Obviously, you're saying you used to wear the wraps.
I was obviously
roll
back then.
fingers.
Yeah, it was rappers. I think it was. Yeah, roll fingers. But I'm just a bit like whatever's there. Yeah, I'll have them. They'll do. I mean, I like these ones. These are. What are these? I don't. Negatives. Yeah.
Negative
I
palm.
like them. But yeah, I'll have anything. You know, like I'm really not fussy.
Just dead easy.
Yeah.
What about your actual match day stuff? Are you a long sleeve shirt or are you a short sleeve with an Under Armour now?
No, I'm long sleeve.
Still long sleeve.
Yeah,
Love that. Don't tuck it in though, do you?
No, I don't tuck it in. I'm long sleeve. I'm old school. I've had short cut before, but that's mainly because of there was padding on and I was like, I can't have that, so I've had to cut that there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a long sleeve. I like. I normally wear like an Under Armour. Sometimes
Cycling shorts,
but sometimes not. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, really.
Just depends on the pitches as well for the grazes and stuff.
That's it.
See, like the way that training's changed, I always used to love training our plays. So like I would always try and train in similar clothing.
Yeah. But
But like obviously now that with the leggings and the skins that you have available, it's
you have to use
built for comfort.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at Crawley, we was training on AstroTurf for a few years, and that was difficult. Like I didn't realise it at the time, but it definitely was. I mean, I wasn't doing as much in training, nowhere near what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
And I thought it's because I was getting older. It wasn't. It was
Modified sessions because
the Astro.
you can't do high explosive work and power work on an AstroTurf. You can't do loads of crossing because you feel it on your joints.
And it was
loads
a good
of diving.
Astro as well, but you just couldn't do it. I mean, like now, obviously our training ground's pretty good at Gillingham. It's soft and you sort of love diving around. It's brilliant.
What's your usual training day like? Are you like you're saying you don't like to do a lot, as in you like just touching the ball, handling and that, but you're a big head tennis fan, 2-touch fan?
Yeah, I think all goalies like that. Yeah, you can't help it. It's that competitiveness in it. You're getting the old v young, obviously beat the young, and just enjoy it. Yeah, no, I like doing anything. I'm like I say, I'm easy going with everything. So whatever Darren's going to put on, I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Whatever you think. I don't think there's been many times I said I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
I'll just get on with it.
I don't think many goalkeepers will ever do that, but there's always I love to try and help or adapt a session as it goes, because like sometimes if you're in a session, you're like, oh, can we now do it? Can we do this? Because you've seen so many different situations and scenarios. You know that like, if we change this session, this is what's going to benefit me or the other keeper going forward.
Yeah, I think Darren would be up for that. Like he's just tweaking it. So, can we do this? Can we do like cutbacks with a second save or whatever it is? He'd be fine with that. But yeah, I like to just like get in and just whatever you say, I'll do it. And you tell me to jump, I'll jump. You know, like
can't jump very high anymore.
Yeah,
but we'll still jump.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll try. Yeah,
I'm exactly the same. I, like we were saying before, just the pure love of still training and diving around. And you can't beat a 5-0 as a goalie because you touch the ball more than any player. You're diving around like an idiot.
It's hard work. Yeah, I mean, I don't think people realise like you're getting the ball out there, you're getting up, you're flinging it into the forwards. Like you said, they're really hard work. Them small-sided games if you're doing them properly.
See, one of my biggest pet peeves in training is when like a coach or like they stand at the side of the goal and they give you the ball.
Right, yeah.
I like to do the doggy, get the ball,
to get the work
and then have the ball at my feet because it's more realistic. Like I've had to like do a quick movement and then I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Where when I always find that when someone's at the side of the goal and they throw you the ball, you then turn and you're like quite static and robotic.
Right, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had it before when managers have said you've got to get the ball and do it, and I could see why. Like obviously, like you said, it's more realistic. Definitely. But
just to have the ball at your feet.
It does save you if someone throws you the ball.
It does. Depends on how I feel, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just before we finish, I want to talk a little bit about life after football. I know we spoke about this before, but have you any plans? Obviously, you're reaching that stage. Is it coaching? It will be the route for you?
I think so. I mean, I don't know. Like I'm like I said, I'm trying to I'm concentrating on what I'm doing now, but I don't know. I mean, I think it could be the natural progression to go into that side of it. But, who knows? I mean, I like the thought, like I said, I've done my own contract negotiations, so I could easily see myself going down that route with, agency, you know, like I said, like if it's goalkeeping specific or even like goalkeeping mentor as well. I mean, I've always thought that you've got goalkeeping coaches at your club, but they're not really, although they've got your best interests at heart, they've still got the club there. Whereas if you had like a mentor who's completely separate, they can give you the best advice for you. And if they're watching, they're concentrating just on you, not the other goalkeepers and what the political background of that club. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I could see myself maybe doing that. You get a lot of like online coaches for like PT, but you could have one for goalkeepers.
I do that.
Yeah.
So I help an agency as an advisor for their goalkeepers.
Okay, yeah. That's the sort of thing.
There's and I literally every week I'll send text messages after their games. I'll give them a phone call during the week, find out how training's been, and just like you say, mentor them. And I get as much satisfaction out of it helping them because I've seen the situations that they're going through or the scenarios off the pitch that they're dealing with. And like,
it can be our manager said this and the assistant said that, and the goalie coach is telling, and you can just like help them out. Sometimes you can have all this information and you don't know how to process it. So I think, like you said, when you've been there, done that, it's perfect. And that's obviously. That's the sort of thing I could see myself doing.
Even like obviously Richard Lee, he has like 40 or 50 goalkeepers signed as an agent, but he must have a lot better understanding of them as a goalkeeper and a player. So those phone calls that you do have with an agent are more comfortable, more natural. But I think going forward, I think most agencies should have a goalkeeping advisor.
I think so,
or a mentor, like you're saying.
It's just completely like we said earlier. It's just completely different. It's a different sport in a game, really, isn't it? And like you said, we've been there, done that, and I think you need it as a young goalie, especially.
Yeah, but for now, obviously, just you're like me, but you just want to concentrate on your football. It's so hard to think about the next steps. I know I've taken this step is in this, but I kind of see this as like an enjoyment role on the side.
Yeah.
So, but even like in training, I get dead down if I haven't trained that day, or if like, or if I'm not doing as much as I want to do in training. I still want to play loads of games.
I think that's why you're still going now. Yeah. Like I think if you didn't have that, you'd have to knock it on the head. Yeah. Like if there's a shooting session and you're not really committed to it, then it's really, you're probably thinking, actually, this isn't for me anymore. But when like I'm just like all in, so I think you have to be that way at our age.
Do you think that's a bit of a dying breed then, like we were saying before? Like we're so competitive, especially when it gets to a shooting drill, that you have to do it wholeheartedly, or there's no point in doing it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just that way. Like you said, I don't know what it will be like in 10, 15 years when these younger goalkeepers are getting older. I don't know, but like I said, I have to be that way. I have to be all in.
Set standards.
Yeah, so otherwise I feel like I'll seize up a little bit. I don't want to, like in the off season, I run. I'm a runner. Like I'll go and do, I'll just do.
Are you a long distance runner?
5Ks.
Yeah.
I was doing lots of 1K trials in the summer, just trying. I don't want to stop.
Yep. I always say this, and this is one of the biggest things that I've learned from speaking to loads of goalies, is we love being isolated.
Yeah.
So going for long distance runs, long distance cycles, where one of the only positions that could go and play golf for us on their own.
I don't need to listen to music.
Yeah.
Because I think where you're playing football and you're concentrating
for 90 minutes, you're in your own headspace.
Yeah, I don't need to. Like I've got my own thoughts. And that's it. Away you go.
Yeah, and I think mentally, we're very strong in our position, because even like going to the gym, I don't really like going to the gym when the full team's in there. Yeah. I'd rather sit in there on my own. Because I'd get more work done, be more efficient with it. Yeah, I'm quite happy.
Oh, that's gold. Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Yeah, I'm sort of a lone wolf in that. I don't know why. I think obviously I do know why, because you're sort of playing your own game, and you're used to your own space, aren't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, I like doing that. I like going in the gym on my own, just cracking on with it. Yeah.
It should be your own time.
Yeah.
Right. Finally, I always finish on this question, but what does the Goalkeepers Union mean to you?
What does it mean? It's like it's a bond, like togetherness, and I think it's just, it's a special sort of agreement, and it's just you just got each other's back no matter what, and
it's just that understanding.
Understanding,
of each other.
Yeah, that's the word. It's what everyone's been through, and I think like I said at Gillingham now, like we're all in it together. Like if Jake plays and he keeps a clean sheet, we're all doing it. Like you're all in it together. If you haven't got that, then there's trouble, and I think that's when your department will suffer. So I just think, will it be a dying breed in the future? I don't know. I'm not sure. It'll have to be. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I think there'll be enough heads around that will speak about the way it used to be and how hard you're meant to be working. And
I'm sure I'll bore a few people for a few years.
I think I can honestly see goalkeeping going forward, going backwards a little bit, as in like it will go back to right, it's just back to hard work and diving around and the pendulums and
because
I think
surprised.
we're going that far away from making saves and we're becoming centre midfielders with gloves on. That it's going to have to at some point go back to being
back to basics.
Just keep the ball out of the net.
Keep the ball out of the net. Yeah, I mean, doing jumping over hurdles and all of that. That's sort of gone out of it a little bit. I mean, you used to dive, jump. I mean, that's
but then all that stuff now is done in the gym. Where before, when we started, it would have been we was doing our power stuff out on the pitch.
That's true. Yeah.
So now we've got a lot better with sports scientists and clubs in the Premier League now have got their own specific goalkeeper sports scientists
so they're doing
analysis
away from in the training pitch.
So they're doing all of their power-based stuff that we used to do on the pitch. Training sessions used to be really hard.
God, yeah, it used to be.
But it's now that's done in the gym, and your technical and tactical stuff is now done out on the pitch.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and I think that is better, really. I mean, some of them sessions were brutal.
Yeah,
especially pre-season. I mean, it was like endless dives. Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, but even like now. Finally on that sports science stuff is we're all tracked now. We've all got the GPS data on. Like you're saying to me, you did it in 7K in one of the training sessions. For a goalkeeper, it's just unheard of.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I wouldn't know really because I've only been wearing for a few years really for the device.
But then even like when you look at the dive percentages, it
tracks it.
We get told now, like yesterday you dive 30 times to your left, but only 12 times to your right. And then they'll have a look at why, and it could be that you just were in a shooting session and the wind was blowing that way, so everyone was putting it that side. That could be as daft as that, but it takes the explanation and the understanding of the position to break down that data.
Yeah, now quick you get up, it's all that, isn't it?
Yeah, all that. Yeah, return to feet, and so much changing a lot, mate.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an unbelievable episode. Great to talk to you, and thank you for coming in, Claire.
No, thank you for having me. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, class. Thank you. This has been the Yours Mine Away podcast with me, Mark Howard. Claire Morris, everyone. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.